Hey, what's up, guys? It's Richie from Boston. It's the 28th. It's March. It's 2025. And everybody's talking about the video from Kentucky Fried Chicken. And I recently watched the other video that apparently wasn't released in the United States. It is very, very telling. I want to remind you about something called a book called Amusing Ourselves to Death by 𝗦𝗵𝗿𝗵 and Brave New World by Aldous Huxley and George Orwell's 1984. The weird thing about this book right here is I don't remember it being written by this guy, and now it's being shown as being written by a guy named Neil Postman, which I find really strange. I find it really strange, but whatever's the deal. Maybe that's maybe it's a Mandela effect. I just don't remember this, and we used to cover this all the time a dozen years ago. Literally a dozen years ago. But with this in mind, this video right here by Kentucky Fried Chicken is insane. It has not one thing in the world to do with chicken, but listen to this and listen to what they're saying.
Welcome to the news at 11, where we'll be chatting to the Minister for Artificial Intelligence about recent accusations that he's not real.
Okay, so they start off with a woman in a laundromat, obviously, and on the radio they're saying they're going to be chatting with the Minister of AI, who people claim isn't real, okay? So they're already talking about AI right off the rip. Now suddenly, this woman doing her laundry does this. The radio changes frequency, and suddenly she changes in a different direction and starts acting in very, very strangely, very oddly. But it's all from the frequency in the background. You see what I'm saying? You catching that? Don't forget about change, but whatever. They show you the egg hanging from the car, and then suddenly the egg, here we go, cracks, which is representative of a birthing happened. The egg is hatching. They've been holding on to this cosmic egg for time immemorial, and suddenly it's getting ready to crack, hatch, or give birth. They're at a gas station. Instead of being gas, it's literally electric car based, and the car starts freaking out and moving while it's still getting gas. You see what I mean? Not recommended. But the thing I want you to pay attention to is the numbers at the gas pump, because they start changing rapidly. Watch this. You see the numbers up here? They stop. Certain numbers, they're probably coordinates if I had to guess. If I had to bet money, I'd say they're giving us coordinates. I just can't figure them out. But here they are in as slow motion as I can provide you with. But I find that really, really odd. The next thing you see, a fox.
In light of recent events, it begs the question, what can we even believe in anymore? We even believe.
Okay, sorry about this. I'm having a hard time juggling this all at one time because I'm slowing down the speeds. I'm speeding it up. A fox comes into the hen house. Now, we all know what a fox is. It's representative of 666. There's the black and white checkered floor right there. So there you go. This is just nothing but nonstop, never-ending symbolism, period. And then the news comes on. The news at 11. Breaking: man marries his AI partner. Cool, that's terrific. There we go. Moving on. And the TV says, what can we even believe in anymore? The woman changes the channel, and she starts freaking out as well. And then they show us a bunch of people walking down the street freaking out. This guy takes off. This guy was safe for a minute. You see what I'm saying? Notice everybody in the background is walking, and they're freaking out. You see that? This dude's not freaking out because he has headphones on. As soon as he takes his headphones off, all of a sudden, he's under the trance. Frequencies, everything is freaking out. The electric vehicles are all freaking out by design. And now everybody is doing basically, I don't know, Michael Jackson. WTF is the front page of the news. Everybody's walking around dancing in step. Some sort of a zombie land. They don't seem to have any control. They're all doing the exact same thing. Here we go, here we go, here we go. This is crazy, right? This is a commercial. I'm not playing it because all it's playing is frequencies and I don't want to hear it. This guy was safe until he took his headphones off. Did you see that? Now everybody is tripping. Everybody is basically zombie land. And they're walking along. Now remember, this is a video to sell you fried chicken. That's what commercials are for. And they all circle around and they're all worshiping the chicken. For some reason, those people weren't affected, but now that they see the chicken, it's all good. And they're going to tell you to remember, believe in chicken. What world are we living in right now? This is utterly insane, and people don't even know about any of this stuff, or they don't care. And the people that do care are getting pushed to the side as usual. But this is a bold statement right here. These guys are telling you that they're absolutely doing this because this commercial for chicken mentions AI at the very beginning. It mentions somebody marrying AI a little bit later. They show the egg cracking, which is the same egg I showed you yesterday. This egg, the egg is known as the cosmic egg, and it's been around for a long, long time. And these guys absolutely worship it. You know what I mean? And for some reason, right now, I got to tie this all together with the enormous push. Trump gets into office, he instantly hands off $500 billion of the United States' money to all the people that already have billions and billions of dollars to build a massive AI complex. This is getting utterly insane. These guys are seriously building computer facilities, what they're trying to tell you, that literally need nuclear power plants to run them. You know what I mean? A building that needs its own nuclear power plant to run it. This is insanity to me. But many people didn't see this video prior. You know what I'm saying? And yesterday I told you that every country except America is getting ready for war. Straight up. And they're sending stealth bombers to Diego Garcia. I couldn't think of the name for a minute. Well, with all that in mind, they're talking about literally going to war and taking out the Middle East, Iran, etc., China, all this other stuff. Well, I find it strange that with all that happening, this happens today. A major earthquake, dead nuts in the center of that. Iran's right here, China's right here. And all of a sudden, these guys get walloped out of nowhere with a 7.7 earthquake that did not act like a regular earthquake at all. And you know why it didn't act like a regular earthquake? Because it's this. It's HAARP. There's no two ways about it. It's absolutely HAARP softening up the playing field before they get there. And the reason I say that is because of this. The severity of it and the location of it just ties right in, man. It just ties right in. This is the earthquake, 7.7, then they get hit with another 7.7, and they keep getting the shocks afterwards. But there was no buildup to it. No buildup whatsoever. I mean, it turned buildings into liquid. It looked like 9/11 all over again, except they used different technology this time. It's crazy. Now, Into Thin Air did a good video on it. It shows it so you understand this. But this was magnificent. 7.7 earthquake. We haven't seen one of those since they did it in Japan and took out Fukushima. But it's exactly this right here shows you that it's HAARP. It just came out of nowhere. Everything's fine, and then boom! That's what HAARP does. HAARP doesn't control the weather, man. HAARP creates earthquakes and tries to crack the firmament if I had to bet money. You know what I mean? It's insane. But on that, I will digress. But yeah, they're going to war. They're softening up the playing field right now. They're showing China and everybody else what they can do. Because any technology that China or any other country has stolen or has been given to by our authorities, elected officials, etc., we still have the originals. You know what I'm saying? For some reason, America is important to these guys. They've used us to build up a military that was second to none for a long, long time. and they absolutely stripped the country of everything it was worth. Steel industries, gold industries, uranium, plutonium, whatever else, and then sent it away. America's just a shell right now. I've driven around the country for the last 10 years. It has gone straight downhill. Like in the last 3-4 years, I've never seen so many people's in their 60s and 70s on the side of the road panhandling. And these aren't drug addicts and alcoholics. These are people that are just broke and have no way to make it. Maybe their house got hit with a tornado, an earthquake, a flood, a wildfire, and their insurance didn't cover it. Now they have nothing. That's exactly what they're doing systematically all around our country, but meanwhile, they're literally taking out other countries using HAARP. No two ways about it. This is what it looks like on a graph when you get hit by HAARP. Everything's fine, boom, and then it just kind of peters off. All is well, nothing to see here, folks. Keep it moving. So, with that out of the way, let's keep it moving. So here's another thing where the BlackRock CEO Larry Fink came out and said, every investor, you and I, will have our own number, our own ID. We can rid ourselves of all issues around illicit activities, around bonds and stocks and digital by having tokenization, BlackRock CEO Larry Fink said. And when you look into the article behind that, it turns out that they're talking about the number of the beast. Isn't that phenomenal? These guys are doing this out in the open while literally at the same time keeping everybody distracted while they're literally disclosing everything with nonstop entertainment and Twitter. And like, how long have I been online? All right, 15 years, but I'm not terminally online. Do you see what I'm saying? My Instagram only has 36,000 followers. My Twitter only has 35,000 followers. I don't stay online constantly. You can tell when I'm home because the post upticks pop up. Because I got home Monday, today's Friday, and I'm basically just slowly unloading the truck. I'm unwinding, I'm acclimating. I've been on the road for 7 months, man. I'm 57 years old. It gets to you, but it is what it is. And I've got a lot of issues to deal with when I come home every time, so I'm never really happy to come home, but it is what it is also. But here's another thing that's huge right now, and people are making a big deal out of it, and I don't get it because this is old news. This is everywhere now. They're talking about huge structures that were found underneath the pyramids. Well, here's a funny story for you. I don't know if they're simply messing with people, if it's a Mandela effect, or what it is. But this happened years ago. We already knew about all this underneath the pyramids, but now suddenly they're coming out with it and saying that this is all new. You know what I mean? Underneath the pyramids. Well, this right here is an AI rendition of what's under the pyramids. AI made this. And I've got a funny feeling that this isn't AI generated. I believe that this is either them underneath the pyramids or this is another dimension under the pyramids, because this freaks me out right here. This is a little freaky, but this is what it looks like, allegedly, according to AI, underneath the pyramids. And no, I did not render this. As a YouTuber, as a content creator on 14 separate platforms, I will never, ever use AI. I will not interact with it. I'm watching Dr. 𝗦𝗵𝗿𝗍, somebody I used to really have a lot of faith in. I'm watching Dr. 𝗦𝗵𝗿𝗍 interacting with it for views, to debate its biblical knowledge. If this guy knew anything about anything, you wouldn't be debating anything. But look under, this is what they're showing. They're saying that this was all AI generated. That freaks me out. I've got a funny feeling what they're saying is AI generated is simply something that they've seen in other dimensions. And when I talk about other dimensions, maybe you have or maybe you haven't seen the Facebook post that I put up from CERN lately, but I'll show it to you. I'm sorry, not from CERN, but from D-Wave. But this is what they're telling us is underneath there. But here's the deal. Whatever is or isn't under the pyramids, they're telling us for a reason. This is the setup, and the pitch will be aliens. Every time, our alien overlords that'll simply be other dimensional fallen angels. We know about this. It is what it is. But here, check this out real quick. This was D-Wave spilling the beans, or basically truth in plain sight, whether you see it or not. But, okay, where did it go? Right here. right here. This is from D-Wave. This is from Scientific America. See that right there? How QDITs. Now, you remember over the years, myself and Anthony Patch would go on and on and on about qubits. These were the things that they used in their D-Wave quantum computer. Regular computers don't use them whatsoever at all. No matter what, you have to have a D-Wave. It has to be kept colder than outer space. And the entire thing looks like a human spine inside a metal black box that needs to be kept colder than outer space. And this is one of the D-Wave's videos from 10 years ago. And they show you. This is here, I'm asking you a question. D-Wave does this. It goes to the processor, and it just sucks it in from the ether and solves the problem. It's just magic, folks. No big deal, nothing to see here. But now, according to D-Wave themselves, QDITs, not qubits, QDITs, the multi-dimensional cousin of qubits, could make quantum computers more efficient and less prone to error. So they're just telling you right there, the multi-dimensional cousin of qubits. So they're telling you something that they already knew 5-10 years ago. But this is insanity. This is insanity. On all fronts, in every direction, they're telling us everything. Knowledge will be increased. But knowledge will be increased, but it'll also be obfuscated with non-stop, never-ending noise like this. Just never-ending. Doesn't end. It's astonishing to me how many people stay on TikTok and it just sucks up all your time, energy, and money. You know what I mean? Or maybe not money, I don't know, but your soul. And it's exactly why they went to short-form content, because I don't watch this stuff. People send me these things. I don't watch them because you sit here and next thing you know, you go to the next one. The next thing you know, you're literally playing a video game without playing a video game. But what you're doing is giving the computer all of your time and energy. And I'm not about that. I'm not doing that whatsoever at all. I've got other things to do. I've got a truck to fix out on the road because I broke down. But you know what? I'm out on the road. I'm out someplace. I'm out meeting other people. I've met so many of my subscribers. It's absolutely, utterly insane. And the crazy thing is in the last 7 months, I've made really good, solid friends with people that were usually just emails. It was amazing. This was the best trip ever for the most part. I mean, I've met a lot of people over the years, but this time around, every single person that I met off of that GoFundMe campaign was a winner. And they were all prepped. It was just a great thing altogether. But I mean, look at where we're at right now. This is insane. Take it for what it's worth. I know this is a lot of information in one video, but there's so much stuff going. I mean, this is all day by day by day. Every single day there's 35 different events. A 7.7 earthquake hitting dead nuts in the center of our enemies, Iran and China. Really? That's HAARP. That's what HAARP does. Now check this out. I'm going to try to get this tomorrow if I can. But apparently tomorrow, according to Live Science, this isn't some, silly TikTok video. Tomorrow, March 29th, North America will witness its first solar eclipse since April 2024. Which I find strange because, well, whatever. I don't even know what to make of this. But there will be people that will see a double sunrise. A double sunrise. And the thing about that is, how many videos have I shown where we're seeing two suns coming up? Two suns coming up. Two suns causing two lens flares on one camera. I know enough about cameras. You know what I'm saying? That I knew that these weren't fake. These weren't fraudulent. And now the mainstream is telling us that tomorrow there will be a double sunrise. And of course, they're chemtrailing the stuffing out of the sky right now, but I will be out there at 5 o'clock in the morning on the beach with the Nikon P950 and trying to get that. At any rate, before I go, remember this. These guys are going to war. These guys are doing everything they have to do, whether we get in the way or even notice or not. Everybody's too busy paying attention to Elon Musk's cars getting burned or whatever it is. Who even knows if any of that's real? It's hard to tell. Yes, cars are getting burned, but are those paid actors? Are those crisis actors? Are those COINTELPRO Who knows? Who knows? Because I don't. You probably don't either. But it's a hell of a distraction, isn't it? But like I told you, they're going to get rid of the money. Period. Straight up. No two ways about it. CEO of BlackRock is telling you, and I'm telling you, get your money out of the bank before they take your money and you don't have anything. You'll end up living on a universal basic income if you get your shots, if you acquiesce to the B system. I'm not going to. Get your money out of the bank while you can, because everything you plan on living on after you're done working or whatever is going to be gone. So get it out now and turn it into actual gold and silver. Keep it in your hand, keep it in your pocket, bury it in your yard, but have it so you have something to deal with. Unless you just plan on, the New World Order system's here, I'm just going to roll over and die. I'm going to try to endure to the end. And in order to endure to the end, take it from somebody that lives way away from people, out in the deserts, up in the mountains, out in the forest, far, far from home. You need to have things to get things from other people, unless you plan on using larceny. And as a Christian, I'm not using aggravated assault and battery or even simple assault and battery. If I need something, I'll trade for it. And if I have the means, I will. And if I don't, it is what it is. But I got to tell you, you can't say you haven't been warned. Richie from Boston, and I'm out.